This is Cars and Bids.
I'm Kennan.
And today we have a special guest, Colleen Sheehan. Colleen runs Next Gen Classics, which is an exotic car dealership that specializes in like cool, vintage, awesome, exotic cars.
Yep.
Colleen is also an exotic car expert, as is Kennan.
I think Colleen's qualifications are substantially more legit
Colleen's
than
spent
mine.
her whole life around exotic cars.
Yeah. Right.
Kennan has, though, also, which is why today we're going to play a game. Exotic car trivia.
Oh, man.
All right.
I've prepared trivia questions, and by I mean one of our producers has prepared trivia questions, and I will be asking them to you, and then you will answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you prepared?
No.
Are you going to beat Kennan?
Yes.
I like the
I
confidence.
really want you to beat Kennan. Since I'm not playing, someone else has to. I'll be very mad if it doesn't happen, Colleen.
Don't be afraid of him.
pressure.
Yeah, exactly.
No pressure at all. The exotic car. So these are trivia questions based on just general exotic car stuff from the old days to the new days, and there's 10 of them, ish. And we're going to ask you the questions. Now I'm going to ask them. All right, ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Question the first. How many Ferrari models wear the GTO badge? All right, how many Ferrari models wear the GTO badge? Flip them.
Easy. That's a layup.
Three. The answer is 3. Colleen,
That is
would
a
you like
layup.
to tell us what they are?
250 GTO, the 288 GTO, and the 599.
And the one that doesn't deserve to wear it.
The 599 is cool.
It's cool, but it wasn't it wasn't homologated for anything.
Yeah.
But it's fast. Okay.
I'm a lagarto. It's
Right, I know, but they need to use the names.
Yeah, to
you
keep
know?
the copyright on it. I understand.
They like to use the
trademark.
names.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, that was an easy one. You both get the point.
Nicely
3. Then I hope they get harder.
I'm worried that they're lulling us into a false sense of self-security.
There are some weird ones that are just random. You have to guess a number kind of things. Okay, next one. What manufacturer won the first Formula One World Championship? The very first, the original Formula One World Championship in 19-something or other.
but not like F2 cars. Not. Oh, okay. I don't have this
I
one.
think I'm wrong about that.
All right,
pretty
flip
sure I'm
them.
It was
Mercedes-Benz Alpha. The correct answer is Alpha.
Alfa Romeo.
Colleen gets the point. Kennan's over here thinking it's Mercedes-Benz. Kennan, take us through what happened.
I was wrong.
Alfa Romeo was there. How did you know
They
that?
were.
So, because I know they were
Right.
dominating back then.
Yeah.
And this year, so Ferrari won at Monaco Grand Prix and Le Mans, and in 1934 was the last time
Right.
a manufacturer had won both races in the same year, and it was Alfa back then. And then I was like, okay, around that time, Alfa was doing, I don't know.
Oh, right. Ferrari won Monaco and Le Mans. That's interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Like exactly like she said, the first manufacturer.
Nobody's paying it. Nobody's doing both race series.
Yeah.
But it is wild to go back to 1934.
Yeah, that far back. That is
crazy.
Huh. Wow. I didn't even realize Ferrari was in Le Mans until it happened. I'm not a race car person. Colleen's into racing.
Yep.
I don't believe in that. We do road cars here. All the rest of the questions better be about road cars. All right. Colleen's up on Kennan. Thank God. You have to maintain this lead, please.
Yeah.
She's also 2 for 2. Okay, next question. Ferrari's first car, the 125S of 1947, featured a 1.5-liter V12. How much power did this ridiculous car's ridiculous engine make?
It was not a lot.
No, it was not.
I have to imagine it was not.
Tiny little cylinders, 1.5 liter.
I'm guessing.
All right, we got guesses here
Total
from Kennan and
guess.
Colleen. What do you got? 145? 140? Wow,
close.
this could be tight. What's the answer? 118!
118.
Colleen takes it again. Although both of you guessed high.
Way high.
118 horsepower, just like the 2001 Civic EX.
Yes.
That car probably wasn't very fast, the 125S.
No.
The others started a phenomenon. You know?
Interesting. Wow. So you guys were both strong on your guesses there.
Yeah. I do a lot of credit to Enzo Ferrari this week.
Being able to pull out all 118 horses, really juice that thing. Listen, it was his first car.
It wasn't.
He
It was
eventually made masterpieces such as the 412.
right. And the Mondial Vallejo transmission.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lovely
Okay.
car.
Colleen, you win again. You're up 3-1. Kennan, you're getting shellacked. How does it feel?
I'm trying my best here, but we were on the same page with that one largely.
Colleen was on a closer one. All right. Give us the next question, please. What year did Enzo die?
shoot.
That would, I assume, be Enzo Ferrari.
If I get this one wrong.
All right. Give us the answers, please. 1988,
Oh, I meant to write 8.
Oh, I meant to write 8. You meant to write 89.
I meant to write 89.
Either way, wrong. It is in fact
Yeah.
88.
The way I've always remembered it was he was born in 1898 and died in 1988. The numbers are the same, just in a different order.
I always think of it with the F40.
Yeah. I actually wasn't sure if it was
But
88
the
or 89.
40 was 87 technically, I think, which always...
Yeah, but the
but
point is-
he
But
died at the end,
at the end,
of
yeah.
the
Like
F40
right after.
run, and so yeah,
Yeah.
I was off by 10 years. I meant to write, and I still would have been
Instead,
wrong.
it was the
but-
350.
No, I actually wasn't sure if it was 88 or 89 either until I saw the answers to this beforehand. I knew it was, right when around the F40.
Yeah.
That's how I think about it, and apparently it was 88.
That's... Yeah.
Enzo Ferrari.
Yeah.
Kennan gets a point back on Colleen because he had a little mnemonic. He was born in 1898. Well then,
1988.
this is how Kennan gets you. He starts coming back with his little memory devices.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Kennan, they won't be of any help to you on the next question.
We'll see.
How many? This is an insane question. How many more Gallardos were made than Aventadors? How many more? Now you're thinking to yourself, why are we comparing the Gallardo and the Aventador? They weren't built at the same time. I don't know. It's a crazy question, but that's part of the fun.
I can't just write a bunch.
Right.
No, although that's
When Aventador only just went out of production.
like yesterday
Yeah.
or a year ago. But that how many did they make? We don't know. Could have been 1 million. All right, flip them over. What do you got?
Oh God.
I said 8,500.
8,500, 1,000. The correct answer is 2,557.
What's the
8,000. How many Gallardos do you think? How many Aventadors do you think they made?
They made the Gallardo for a really long
How
time.
long do you think they made the Aventador? The Aventador was
Also
on sale
long.
for like 40 years.
Yeah,
Wait,
but it was 3x the price of it.
I know the numbers. How many Gallardos do you guys think, or Aventadors do you think they made? How many Aventadors do you think they made?
No idea.
I was going to guess like 3,000, 4,000, something.
No. Don't you know my
I
statistic?
thought it was like 12,000. No.
If you add together
Oh, that's
the Mura,
right.
the Countach, the Diablo, and the Murcielago, if you add all of their production together, it still doesn't equal the number of Aventadors. And there were 1,000 Muras, 2,000 Countach, 3,000 Diablos, 4,000 Mercies. That's 10,000 total. They made like 12,000 Aventadors. give or take.
So about about 14,500.
Gallardos. Unfortunately for you, Colleen was closer.
Yes, well, that's fair. It was a shot in the dark at best for me.
I mean, that's crazy. We think 360 and 430, they made like 14,000 of them. So you figured Gallardos was going to be around that number. But you only thought they made 4,000 Aventadors. That's crazy. You see them everywhere. They're all over the place. In Orange County, she sees them every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're driving down PCH all the time.
I haven't seen an Aventador in a while down here. To be honest, I see a Countach.
There was one
every
at
day,
Cars and
but
Coffee last week. Some guy.
I wasn't there.
Well, I wasn't. So was an Aventador. Okay. One of the 12,000. All right. Colleen has taken a huge lead here, which is great. Next question, please. What is a better EPA combined fuel economy rating, the Ferrari F40 or the Bugatti Veyron? I can't believe we dug up the F40's EPA rating. That's great.
That must have taken a little bit of time, I would think, to find.
Right.
I'm so curious what the figures are, too, now.
Yeah.
Like,
It's wild that you guys
abysmal,
are
but
thinking so much. You know, it's a multiple choice. There's only 2 possibilities. It's just
I know, but there's so many factors.
there are a lot of factors. There's an age factor. There's a one of them has 16 cylinders factor. There's a one of them is notoriously. I mean, it's tough.
See, I've also never considered the fuel mileage on any of these kind of cars. Besides, they're all bad.
Right. So on a general level, we know they're bad, and we don't really split hairs beyond that.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, flip them. Both said F40, but the answer is F40.
40. All right. I'm happy we both
And
got it.
Veyron got 10 combined. What a
What's
ridiculous.
It's double the cylinder count. I mean, it's double the cylinder count.
Yeah, that was
so
kind
like,
of why
and
I went with it.
and 4 times the horsepower or the turbochargers.
Yeah, 4 times the turbocharger.
4 times the turbochargers, double the cylinders. But there was also 30 or 25 years of. You were thinking they thought they would have.
But also has a dual clutch, which would, in theory, think would help.
Well, and on the
efficiency,
highway,
but-
well, no, even on the highway. Now, the EPA did revise its fuel economy rating system at some point in the 2000s and made it harder. But still, the Veyron is really inefficient. I mean, 8 City is bad.
Well, I heard that during development, like even just the heat alone melted the exhaust, like because it's just a lot of heat.
A lot of heat, a lot of
it's
power.
A heat engine, yeah.
Tell you the way I drive it, you'd only get 4. That's the thing people say at car shows.
It's absolutely the kind of thing people say.
Okay, so you guys both got that one. Reasonable. F40, a nice fuel efficient vehicle.
Right.
All right, give us our next question. What is lighter, Lancia Stratos Stradale? I don't know what that is, but Colleen probably does. Or a Lotus Elise S1. I know what that is. What's the difference between a Stratos Stradale and a regular Stratos?
Stradale is the homologated like street version.
Oh, the road car.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, any word like Stradale literally means street race car. So that's all like
interesting.
Challenge Stradale.
Oh, I never knew that. Did you?
I did for the
Strada
trial-
is
the
street.
Stradale,
I
yeah,
never
Strada.
thought about that. Literally never hit me. Thank you for that.
No, I actually did not know that. All right.
Okay, flip. Lotus. You wrote Lotus also?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not even close. Look at that.
That's
How did that
nuts.
Lotus weigh 1,500 pounds? Did anybody who was in an accident in one of those live?
I couldn't have. I'm just like Lotus, just like Colin Chapman's Formula One cars. You got in an accident, you died.
That is wild.
That
That
is
thing was
crazy.
1,500. That car is not old. They made that car till like 2003.
Yeah.
1,500 pounds.
And they had more restrictions to deal with. Like,
Yeah, no, they had
DOT
all
stuff.
sorts of regs. No, I mean they didn't have
Well,
DOT,
not
but
DOT,
they had
but
global.
European,
I mean,
yes, but still.
wild.
Lotus's whole thing was always super, super lightweight and nimble with the smaller engine. And so I was like, okay.
I know, but
they're like,
But the Stratos is like a
Stratos is-
70s car.
yeah.
And it was it was known to be little. I can't believe the difference is that. I agree with you. I mean, and the Lotus, when you think about it, seems so small.
Yeah.
But the Stratos is small.
It is.
It is.
That's wild to me. Those Lotuses are death traps. I guess now that I think about it, the second gen was only like 2,000 pounds.
Right. Yeah.
They're so little. Ugh. Okay, you both got that? Wow, well done. I don't know if I would have gotten that. You always guess older car when it's a question of which is lighter.
That was the.
Yeah,
trick,
but older cars usually like, heavier just with steel.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of materials that were different.
Yeah.
And the Lotus used like epoxy. Of course, they probably did that in Lancia's factory as well. Okay, all right, give us the next one. Which is a higher factory rated horsepower? 1966 Chevy Corvette Stingray 427 or C8 Corvette Z51? Is that a trick question?
What? Yeah. Feels like a deep trick question.
Yeah.
I mean, the Stingray 427 was a pretty serious car. And the C8, that's the
the
Z51
base,
is
the
basically
base.
the base C8, more or less.
Yeah.
You want to say C8, but you're thinking to yourself, I don't know. Maybe that old thing had a lot more power than we think.
Well, and I sold a 66 427 recently, and they are a beast. They are so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge motor.
Oh, yeah. And when you first turn it on, the whole front, just... it gets that, torque to it from just the engine power and the torque.
Right. All right.
All right.
What do we got? Flip them.
I'm saying
Stingray 427. They both say the old one. The answer is
Corvette
C8 Corvette.
wins.
Wait, Stingray is the new one?
No,
Or they
no,
both-
I meant the old one.
Okay,
That was
'cause the new one is also
I understand, but that was the Z51, and I would have said Z51 if that would. I understand.
Okay, so you meant the old one. So you both got it wrong.
That's why I started erasing because I was like, he's going to say that, and you did.
You both got
Got
it
it
wrong.
wrong.
C8 is more powerful, although not that far off. I mean, the old guy is really a powerful car, but the C8 has 495. The C8's pretty legit.
Well, and I've heard that factory rated, they actually underrated the horsepower in the Stingray back then because just meeting with laws and stuff.
Right, 425 that's really all you needed to do to flex on everybody. We
Yeah.
didn't really need to claim we had 600 and then get the car banned.
Yeah, pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah.
Whereas 495, I mean, C8, Pretty fast.
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty fast.
Well, then, so the new one's beating the old. There was not a trick question after all. You got tricked.
Yeah, it was, deep reverse psychology.
Wow.
There.
Yeah, you needed to think about, is he trying to trick me? And then maybe he's trying to trick me about being tricked.
He's tricky.
Okay. What is the score, by the way? Colleen is still ahead, I think, right?
She is.
Am I supposed to keep score?
No.
No.
Someone somewhere is keeping score, but maybe not.
I'm at 4.
6-4. How many more are left? Do you know? Okay. All right. I think it's like 2 more. Okay. All right. Colleen, you have to maintain this lead. Okay. All right. Next one. Approximately how many Enzo era 1947 to 1973 Ferrari models were built? Now, personally, I consider the Enzo era to be from 47 to when he died, but there was some dispute about that off camera, and it turns out that it's when he sold it to Fiat.
Yeah. That's how we got the 308s and
But don't you kind of
all
think
the wedgie cars.
But Enzo was like around still.
Yeah.
He was there driving his 400i.
Yeah, the way you use Enzo era is he was still alive in his office.
He was in his office. It's an Enzo era car. So 348 is Enzo era.
No, he was focused on the race cars only. And
So, by the way, is this road cars or all?
road
cars?
Okay. That was going to be my question.
Okay, this is road cars only.
Man.
We want to know exactly how many cars were built. Literally, how many cars did Enzo sit there in the factory smoking a cigar, watching them leave the factory gates and approving of?
Got it.
Over a 26-year span, apparently, before Fiat showed up. Even though Enzo was still alive.
Let's see, so the 60s.
The 456 was basically Enzo era.
Because Dinos and Daytonas were in that era.
Yes.
So.
That's true. Oh, you're going to literally count. She's over here counting.
I know. This is funny. I know she knows. Yeah.
I'm
Damn,
just.
that's legit. Wasn't expecting that.
Let's see. Where is
If you go on the 456 forum on Ferrari Chat, they're all like, it was the last car he green lit, so technically it was Enzo's last car. The 456.
Wasn't that the 348 was the last one he greenlit?
Well, the 456 came out in 91, basically.
Right, it was in
92.
development.
So he probably knew about it.
I probably saw it and
Probably heard about
and they had to tell him he had to use an elevator to get down to it. And he was like, "No, I can't do that." And
I
he
have
ran
this
away.
thing that Enzo was afraid of elevators or any electronic devices.
Which
Oh,
I thought
really?
he was kidding about, but it turns out that was actually true.
he really was
He
provincial.
was like,
Oh, really?
use elevators, yeah.
All right, you have a
Didn't
number
leave
down.
Europe.
Yeah, which I am not confident in. Because I'm probably missing like a big.
You literally counted that. This is insane, but I don't think you're going to do any
Mine's
better.
a very rough figure.
Well,
and
no,
I'm
because
wrong,
I
I'm sure.
started. Because they did like the first real production was the PF Coupe, and that was only a few hundred.
Yeah.
And so if that in
Right.
like 1959
Right.
was a few hundred, and then by like
73.
Daytonas was like 1,300,
Right.
Dinos was like 1,500, something like that.
Right. They never really
Yeah.
got to huge production numbers.
Yeah, but they had, so
There were a bunch of models.
yeah.
I'm way off,
Okay.
though.
All right. Colleen, all right, let's flip them. What do you got?
Okay.
What do you got? 5,000?
I said 25,000.
25,000. The correct answer is 12,700, which
Which
is...
puts Colleen closer.
No, I think it puts... Yeah.
Definitely.
Colleen is
But-
closer.
Man, 12,700.
Hard to believe, to be perfectly honest. But I'll let Sean have it.
Yeah, hard to
Because you
believe.
think about it, there were 1,300 Daytonas. There were, if I didn't know Dino, but if it's around 1,500, okay, so that's
So,
2,800.
I thought there were substantially more Dinos, but I'm very.
But
There's like-
regardless,
but even so,
Like 500 of the GTC4, so they didn't have like huge production numbers, and then they didn't really start mass producing until basically like the 60s. So between,
Right.
so that 10 years.
right?
I mean, I get.
What were Daytona's serial numbers? What range were they in? Do you know? Offhand?
They start in like 14.
Oh. Well, then maybe it's legit because they didn't build that many race cars. It wasn't that half of the production was race cars and half of
Right.
it was road cars. So if the Daytona serial numbers start at 14,000, this could be actually a legitimate answer to this question.
but it remains debatable.
But we'll never know. It certainly wasn't 25,000. I'll tell you that.
Yes, that was why
He took it through my version of the Enzo era.
I did take it too.
No, that's not even true. Because by then,
Well, and
By then it
do
was
you
more.
count the early cars like the 125? It was made for racing.
But it was also road legal.
yeah, but at
Yeah.
that point, I
That's
mean, it's a
kinda-
round number. It's There's not that many of those cars, right? Like,
Right.
we didn't have an exact figure. Either way, I'll let Sean have the 12700, and Colleen gets the point. Well done. Wow, Colleen.
Wow, Colleen vanquished.
General exotic car trivia. Kennan comes up short. You know, whenever this video airs, people are going to be like, Doug was mean to Kennan. Well, let me tell you something. Kennan won the earlier video very annoyingly. And so I feel like I'm thrilled that Colleen beat Kennan.
Well done,
Yeah,
Colleen.
I was destroyed in the last video, so this gives me, I feel a little redeemed.
Colleen, you feel redeemed. You feel like you've flexed your exotic car knowledge over
Yes.
Kennan. You've really proven yourself as a true exotic car expert.
I hope so.
Especially with the true Enzo era.
Just not Corvettes. We're not
Just not Corvettes.
Yeah.
Corvette knowledge here. That's what we're missing. Okay, excellent game. Well done, Colleen. Thank you for taking my role and beating Kennan as I usually do.
Thank you.
Pass that torch on to you. Kennan, thank you for playing.
Yeah.
You did well, pal. Sorta. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.